allocate 3 minutes per intervention? Is 3 minutes okay? It's too much. How many minutes? 2 minutes. Okay, the average is 3 minutes. Chief Whip, please, you keep to the time. Distinguished Senator Mohamed Adamalero.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. I remain Mohamed Adamalero, representing Kemi Central. Mr. President, I have the singular honor and privilege of designing the agenda for the 9th Senate. And since inception, we have religiously followed that agenda. I have been following the proceedings of the Senate, the bills we passed, the debates that we normally had, and it's all geared towards achieving the agenda we designed for the 9th Senate. First and foremost, Mr. President, we were able to restore the budget cycle from January to December. This has made the business more predictable. Investors have more confidence in coming to Nigeria and invest than before, when nobody knows the time the budget will be passed and nobody knows the time it will end. Now it is quite predictable, and both the executive and the legislature work together to achieve this. So I will say congratulations to the National Assembly and congratulations to also the executive arm of government. Mr. President, having said this, let me also comment on the constitutional amendment. We started on a very clean slate by inaugurating the committee comprising members from different geopolitical zones. And in doing so, we were also able to have several meetings. We discussed topical issues in the country during that meeting: restructuring, electoral reforms, local government autonomy, independence of the judiciary, office of the Accountant General of the Federation, office of the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, and so forth. And we were also able to have subcommittees for each geopolitical zones, 2 committees for each geopolitical zone to discuss the constitutional amendment. A lot of submissions were made, a lot of presentations were made at the various subcommittees. And in addition to that, we came to here in Abuja and we had public hearing on the constitutional amendment. And it was a summation of what happened at the zonal levels. And I will say that if we go through that very well, Mr. President, we will be able to resolve so many challenges that are currently bedeviling this country. Mr. President, we have not reached where we want to reach.
Distinguished colleagues, please, we shouldn't stand on the aisle.
Mr. President, we have not reached where we want to reach. We talk so much about diversification of the economy. We passed a lot of legislation to reform the agricultural sector so that agriculture will be seen as a business so that we can grow enough food for ourselves and even export, create employment, alleviate poverty. But Mr. President, on the issue of security, I know so much has been done about security challenges, but Mr. President, again, here Nigerians are expecting a lot from us. We are not there yet. So we have to redouble our effort to ensure that we secure this country. We had several meetings with the service chiefs. The various committees had a lot of meetings with the security agencies, all geared towards securing Nigeria. But we are yet to be there, Mr. President, and I therefore want us to redouble our effort to ensure that Nigeria is secured. Lastly, Mr. President, because of the time factor, I will talk about electoral reform. Mr. President, electoral reform is very, very important to the survival of democracy in Nigeria. We have to do all we can to ensure that we pass the Electoral Act so that elections will be credible, acceptable, and will be free and fair. If we don't do that, Mr. President, the Ninth Assembly will be failing its responsibility. And I'm happy when you mentioned that before the end of June, we will be able to pass the Electoral Act. The PIB, we have debated on it. It is now at the committee stage. We hope that before we go on the summer break, we will be able to also pass the petroleum industry bill, which is also critical to the survival of our economy. And with these few comments, I rest my case.
Chief Whip, 3 minutes. Distinguished Senator Ibrahim Olorogbe.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. My name is Ibrahim Yaya Oloriegbe. I represent Kwara Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, let me join the previous speaker to congratulate all of us, particularly our leadership, for today.
Whip, please leave Senator Smartadin. Release his leg.
For making us to witness today. Mr. President, my focus of intervention in this debate will be just like you stated in your opening speech, in your remark, to review what we have been able to do as legislator in the last 2 years as far as the health sector is concerned. This becomes important and necessary because 15 months out of these 24 months has been a change one for everybody in this planet where we are. With the pandemic that started just barely 7 months when we came into office. It was reported in January, and in Nigeria for the first time on February 28, we had a case. This has been a defining moment for all of us, and particularly for us legislators. But Mr. President, I'm pleased to say that we have done quite well as a country, and as legislators, we have contributed to what we have achieved. And as they said, statistics don't lie. Mr. President, so far in the last 15 months, Nigeria has reported only about 167,000 cases of COVID-19. This is less than 0.01 of our population. If you compare our country's size, we compare our level of health infrastructures and so on, we have been able to do well to contain and maintain this. Yes, it is not good to have even one death, but we could proudly say that based on the various interventions, Nigeria only recorded about 2,117 deaths so far in the last 15 months. This is about 1.26%, what we call fatality rate. This is very small compared to what our functions as legislators provide necessary intervention to our country. Mr. President, based on our intervention, when this pandemic came on board, this country had only 2 laboratories that can test COVID-19. As we speak now, based on the legislation that we made through appropriation, we have public sector more than 100 laboratories. In every state of the country, every federal institution now has a molecular testing lab. In addition to that, NCDC has at least 2 testing labs per geopolitical zone. Mr. President, the main form of treatment for this disease was isolation. Mr. President, you recall one of your interventions earlier is that in Abuja here, when this disease started, there was no even isolation center. But as we speak now, every state in this country has at least a 30-bed isolation center in addition to the mega isolation centers that have been built. In which case, today, if we have similar diseases...
Distinguished, you may round up, please.
we have intervened in the health sector. We have done very well in other legislative agenda, particularly expanding affordable health care. This Senate passed the National Health Insurance Agency Act. This Senate was able to move basic health care provision fund to statutory allocation. And I want to summarize and say that it's not yet huru for us. We have a lot to do in the next 2 years, particularly to expand access to our people in terms of financing healthcare. I look forward to in 2022 budget, we'll be able to do better in terms of allocating more resources, particularly passing what we call syntax law that will help us to improve healthcare financing. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Gabriel Susom.
Mr. President, my name is Dr. Gabriel Suswam, Benue North East. Mr. President, let me thank the leader for leading this debate on our journey so far. Mr. President, if you have a problem and say you won't talk about it, that is not the solution. So I was sent here to talk on behalf of the people of Benue Northeast, and so I must talk today. And in talking, Mr. President, I want to say that in spite of the challenges, in spite of the shortcomings, I want to beat my chest and say that as a parliament, we have taken necessary steps to do what we were sent here to come and do. No matter what whoever says, Mr. President, you read an agenda that we set for ourselves. And consciously and deliberately, as a parliament, we have taken steps to achieve some of those set objectives for ourselves. And since we came here from day one, we've been confronted with the serious issues of insecurity in this country. And what have we done? We have addressed this issue. We've passed resolution. This chamber set up we set up a committee headed by the leader of the Senate, and far-reaching resolutions were passed by these chambers that were sent to the executive. The fact that those actions were not taken, or rather the resolution were not implemented, is not our fault. We find ourselves in a situation where we are doing what is right for the country and for Nigerians, and the executives are refusing to implement it, and we must talk about it, Mr. President. That is not to say that we've not performed. We have. Like you said, I've been in the House of Representatives before for a very long period of time. The issue of budget cycle from January to December was looking like a mirage. But when we came here and promised Nigerians that we're going to do that, we've been doing it for the past 2 years. That is no mean achievement. And so we as a parliament, we as a Senate, we have tried to address the fierce hopes and aspirations of Nigeria on this floor. Unfortunately, Mr. President, the executive have rather been intransigent in implementing what we pass here. And so we can't say that is our fault. We have tried. A journey of 4 years, we've done 2 years, with the bills that you mentioned here, and those that have been passed, and those that are waiting passage. And with the promise, I want to join Senator Adamu Elero, that the Electoral Act, Mr. President, that Electoral Act is a concern of each and every Nigerian to create transparency on our electoral system. And Mr. President, when you promise, we believe that as our leader, you always fulfill that promise. Please, Mr. President, let that Electoral Act be passed with the clause that deals with transmission, electronic transmission. The rumor has been that there's a deliberate attempt to remove that clause out of that Electoral Act and the card reader. Mr. President, if we pass that Electoral Act transparently with the electronic transmission and card reader, Mr. President, all Nigerians will clap for us. And I believe that you always stand for transparency and you will not allow those clauses to be removed from that electoral act. Mr. President, we've done well, and I want to congratulate ourselves. The Igbo people will say that Gama Rizat that jumped from the Iroko tree. If there's no person to praise him, he knows his head. Mr. President, let us know our head. We've done well. May God bless us.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Chukwuka Utazi, Enugu North.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to join the rest of our colleagues here to congratulate you on the leadership of the 9th Senate for living up to expectations, working very hard to make sure that things work well for the country and in the job you are elected to do here. It's not easy sitting on that seat and administering the issues that come on a daily basis before you here. So I congratulate you on the leadership. And having said that, Mr. President, I want to say that in these last 2 years, the executive legislative relationship has been a good one. We have had one retreat with the executive. We never had it before, but we had this period. We usually know that once in a while we sit with Mr. President in the Aso Rock and discuss with him for a dinner. But since 2 years, we never had any dinner with Mr. President. But we are still cooperating. Mr. President, I also want to say that unemployment has been an issue here. We have been discussing about this unemployment. And I remember that I brought a bill, a motion, after the election of 2019, where I discussed the issue of bridging the gap between the haves and the have-nots, nipping in the bud the seed of looming violent revolution. I brought it at this floor as an agenda-setting motion for this 9th Assembly and government that was newly elected. We have made efforts, Mr. President, to see how we can do that, but enough has not been done. I hope that in the remaining 2 years, we do something more. I also brought a motion here in this 9th Assembly on power needs of this country, that if you want private sector to take leadership in driving the economy, that they have to do something. That motion, we addressed it very well and set the process in motion with Senator Suswan leading in his committee. We have not done well with that as far as I'm concerned because the problems are still lingering. But 2 years is still enough for us to handle that. Insecurity has been staring on us on the face and causing a lot of problem here. We have had more motions on insecurity here than we have had on any other thing. It's a pointer that something is wrong, and we'll have to look at it. We want Mr. President to be more forthcoming in terms of speaking against the headers and farmers clashes in this country. We want Mr. President to be open to talk to us. We want him to speak to the issue. We want him that those of us that are bothered so much about the activities with the farmers and the clashes there, we want our president to condemn in its entirety of the activities of the headers that are making life unbearable for us in the southeast, especially in Enugu. So we want him to talk about that. And we want to also say that, that the activities have reached a dimension that they should be declared terrorists. That's what they are. Anybody carrying AK-47 and threatening the life of others is a terrorist and should not be allowed. That we should do that. It's very, very important. We also have been confronted with the agitations of people who are from all parts of the divide. It's a pointer that something is wrong. If we are having agitations, is a pointer. And it is our duty as parliamentarians to point the way forward so that things will be done. If we do that, Mr. President, it's going to be well with all of us here. I also want to talk about the constitutional review. It's very, very important that we are taking it, Mr. President. We are taking this constitutional review. The Southeast Geopolitical Zone needs one state, and it has been done. The CONFAB agreed on one at other states. We want that this constitutional review, that we look at it properly and use this opportunity to bring the Southeast at par with the rest of the geopolitical zones. It's very, very important that can make down the tension in the southeast and make sure that things work for our people very well. So it's very, very important. The other issue is the structuring. If we
please, please round up, because this is supposed to be 3 minutes. Yes.
Mr. President, I'll talk about restructuring. We have to look at it. APC came up with their report on that. And I have the volumes of that report by APC as a party that is in charge of government. Let us look at that, the report, because they supported restructuring. Let restructuring be part of this constitution. You do that's the tension. That's what we are doing as a parliamentarian. It is within our competence to do that. And I am urging this assembly that by the time we come to vote on all issues here, that all of us here should agree and then make sure that we vote for that and get it done for people. State police is...
Distinguished, please. We have our colleagues waiting. Please, let's be fair to each other. Okay. Distinguished colleagues, before Senator Solomon Adiola takes the floor, please, I want to make this appeal. We are supposed to be fair to each other. If we say 3 minutes, we have over 30 senators who want to speak. And if we go on everybody speaking for undetermined length of time, we may end up denying some of our colleagues the opportunity to speak. So please, I urge all of us to speak within the limits. Senator Solomon Adiola Olamileko.
Sorry, please. Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleague, Adiola Solomon Olamileko, representing Lagos West Senatorial District in the Senate of Federal Republic. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, let me join you to congratulate you and congratulate the entire 108 senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on our second-year anniversary. Mr. President, very distinguished colleague, for those that are no more, that we started together, it is my prayer that God in His infinite mercy will continue to grant their family the grace, the gratitude to bear the irreplaceable loss. And for those that have just joined us, once more, I welcome them to the Senate. Mr. President, I strongly believe that the last 2 years of the Senate of the Federal Republic, the 9th Senate, we have not done badly. I will start with the economy. Mr. President, for 2 consecutive times, this country economy went into recession. The first was during the oil prices, where the prices were just falling flat. And the second was during the pandemic. And for these 2 occasions, this Senate rise to the occasion. This Senate come to the aid of the Nigerian economy by intervening through prompt passage of the budget, by returning the budget calendar between January and December. Not only that, this Senate also rise to the occasion by giving 500 billion COVID-19 intervention fund. All of this is to aid to boost the economy, to take the economy out of recession. And as we speak today, Nigerian economy is out of recession. Mr. President, on the issue of the budget cycle, many of my colleagues, your speech, the Senate leader has spoken about it. But the uniqueness about this particular process is the ability that we have succeeded in regulating the Nigerian economy. Time in the past, where we have budget to be passed 6 months into the previous year. But by that singular action of returning the budget calendar from January to December, we have succeeded in repositioning the economy of this country. And it's very unique. Mr. President, on the issue of the security, yes, it is a challenging time for us as a nation. There is security challenges everywhere. But this Senate has taken a bold step in that direction by organizing a security summit and coming out with a position paper, which we believe that at any point in time, when the executive are ready to look into this report, solutions to the security challenges of this country are contained in that report, and it will be of great usefulness to the Nigerian government. Mr. President, we have also come to the aid of this nation in the area of ease of doing business, in the area of positioning the banking sector, and we have succeeded in passing the Company and Allied Matters Act as amended by the Senate. And as well, we have also succeeded in passing the Banking and Other Financial Institutions Act. These are two major bills that have not only we continue to be remembered for what this nice Senate has done. The INEC is in the pipeline, the PIB is to be concluded, and we can still count those two bills, if passed before we go on reset, as part of our second-year anniversary bill that was passed by the Senate. And these are no small mean feat that we have achieved as a night Senate. I want to congratulate every member of this Senate who have worked tirelessly hard to ensure that all these objectives are achieved. Mr. President, in accordance with the legislative agenda which we have read out, no aspect of our legislative agenda we have not attended to. No. In terms of motion, in terms of bill passage, we have attended to every aspect of the legislative agenda. The only aspect that was left out, and which we never appreciate, is the issue of COVID-19. But as far as we are concerned, we are on track, and we are doing our best. And we will not relent on our effort until we are able, through legislative intervention, to have a Nigeria that is acceptable to all, a Nigerian that we all be proud of. I so submit, Mr. President.
Senator Olubimi Adetumbi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank you for the privilege of this voice and to congratulate the entire Senate for the successful 24 months of deliberations in the chamber. The achievements of the ninth Senate is very evident, and it has been eloquently enumerated by previous speakers. And I'm not going to indulge in any repetition, but I'm going to underscore that there's a huge public expectation on the ongoing constitutional amendment process. The entire country is waiting on the National Assembly to give the public a source of hope for a stable future for our country. One can only pray that this exercise will be successful and meet the popular expectation of Nigerians. Because bottom line, it's a game of numbers, and the proposals are out there, and it will be subjected to voting. We just pray and hope that the outcome of our decisions here will make Nigerians happy, and it will create an atmosphere of peace and met expectation. This is one area that I believe that as a chamber, we need to work very hard to make sure that we deliver to Nigeria the type of constitutional amendments that they require. Emphasis has been made on the need for expeditious completion of the petroleum industry bill and the INEC bill, amendment bill. These are areas where the challenges within the general polity can be stabilized. And I hope and I pray that this Senate will live up to expectation. Finally, I would like to remember our fallen heroes in this chamber. Many of them will remember their contributions to the business of our country, the solutions that they have offered, and we pray that their soul will continue to rest in peace. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Senator Bikula Amosu.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, Ibikunle Amosu, I represent Ogun Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, first let me congratulate you, and let me congratulate all the distinguished members of this Senate. Mr. President, let me say from onset that, yes, we are not where we want to be. We are not yet there. But clearly, we are on the right path, despite all the challenges that we are having. Mr. President, without sounding repetitive, I will just highlight some of the achievements that we've made here, which several of our colleagues that spoke before me have highlighted. First, which is very important, it is the restoration of this, our budget cycle. People will want to just gloss over it and say, oh, yes, what about it? But truly, truly, it is something that we should. At any time that they are discussing about this nights in it, we should say, yes, we'll restore sanity back into our budget cycle. Mr. President, the foundation for what I call a good Nigeria, a better Nigeria, we are laying it every day with our collaboration with the executive arm of government. Mr. President, I will mention about 4 or 5 of those critical things that we have done, or we are about to conclude. Of course, everybody has talked about the Electoral Act. Of course, that is the foundation, really, because without having what I call a very transparent, democratic election, we will not get it right. And I'm happy that this Senate is working day and night to make sure that we pass this Electoral Act before even we go on these, our holidays. Another area where I want to commend us, it is this area of constitutional amendment. And Mr. President, I was here in 2003 to 2007, which we run around like this, and eventually the thing was thrown away. But this time around, with what we are doing, and with the active involvement of you and other leaders of this Senate, I think Nigeria will be happy with the outcome of the constitutional review that we have promised. And you said it again this morning, that we'll do all within our power to make sure that before we go on this, our vacation, it will be done. Mr. President, needless for me to stress that PIB, you've said it, PIB was like something that would never happen. And somehow we are almost there. And I happen to be part of those that work around with all our other colleagues to get it right. Mr. President, we should not forget that PSN, people will just say, oh, what is that? But today, it is helping our economy. It is helping us as a nation. Because those money that nobody cared about, everybody is now seeing the benefits of what we have done. Mr. President, I want to talk about our efforts in diversifying this, our economy. I want to talk about our efforts in laying the foundation for good infrastructure. Because without infrastructure, without the diversification of our economy, we will not get it right as a nation. We are supporting the executive with the necessary legislative backing, and that is what they are achieving, what they are achieving now. Mr. President, one area that is overshadowing all this good work that we are doing, it is security. And I'm sure and I'm happy that we are not resting. Every day we talk about security. Every day we are talking about security. We should not be tired. Mr. President, we should continue to stress it, to dwell on it. If we need to be troubling the executive every day, we should, for the sake of this, our nation. Mr. President, I want to congratulate all of us again. I want to say that we are on the right path, and God's willing, we are going to get there. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Sadiq Suleiman Umar.
Thank you, Mr. President. My distinguished colleagues, I am Sadiq Suleiman Umar. I represent the good and decent people of Kwara North, and we all are. Mr. President, before I congratulate us like everybody else did, let me try to put the data already read out, which we all have had, in a pictorial form so that we appreciate the reality of what we've been doing here in the last 2 years. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, the bills that have been brought here, about 745, the motions passed 250, they all fit into the framework of our legislative agenda and indeed the nation's mood and the nation's reality. For example, let me put the picture clearly for us to see. Out of the 250 motions that we took here, 80% of these motions were only focused on only 4 key sectors. Number 1, the educational sector. 4% of all motions we took was on education. 6.5% was on health sector. 26.5%. 26.5% of these motions was on security. And 42.4%, I repeat that, 42.2% of all the motions we took here was on the economy. Now, it's clear that our distinguished senators are aware of what the situation is in this country. They know what their constituents are going through and what they need. And that is why education and health, that are the key drivers of our societal development, have been a priority to them. They also know that security is the key to achieving all other things you want to achieve. Without security, nothing can happen. That is why they dedicated their efforts to 26% of all the motion. And like in US, it's not only in the US that the economy is stupid. It is in fact even more stupid here in Nigeria. And distinguished senators recognize that. And almost half of all the motions they brought here is about the economy and the economy. Now, the bigger question when we ask is that, and so what? Yes, there is a big deal. This is our job. This is what we are asked to do, to pass laws and bring motions to solve problems. We did that. So congratulations, our distinguished senators, for a very good job so far. And lastly, Mr. President, we have confirmed about 60 requests from the executive. And I know this is controversial. Some people will say, oh, we just passed. Anyway, I'm aware that this Senate, part of our legislative agenda is that we are going to have a Senate that works for all Nigerians. To have that Senate means we must ensure systems are working, are functioning, personnel are there to move things forward. And therefore, we do not joke with any confirmation that we need to do so that systems will work in this country. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Senator Rochas Okorocha.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, Mr. President, I would like to go a bit spiritual this morning, this afternoon, to thank God Almighty that despite our challenges and the situation we find ourselves, we are still sitting here as a united Nigeria. To God be the glory. Mr. President, I say so because it's only a miracle of God that we are still seated here as senators. Every factor, every criteria that would have led to anger, dispersion, and who have divided us has not succeeded. So I thank God Almighty. But as we catalog our achievements and enumerate the great achievements, a trust that can only be justified when used for the benefit of the common man. The question before us this afternoon is that the people who have made these laws for, how happy are they? What are their emotions? I think, Mr. President, that a day like this should have been set aside in addition to discussing the state of the nation, but to assuage and give confidence to the people that have elected us. That though we are passing through this difficult moment of our nation, there's still hope for the light at the dark end of the tunnel. That we assure them that Nigeria must be better despite all the challenges we have. This is because today, if you ask a common man, how do you feel about our Senate? He will ask us, what do you think that is happening with my stomach? And what do you think that is happening with my happiness and sense of justice? I've repeatedly said that this Senate must rise and support the executive to address the issue of poverty and injustice in this nation. In Imo, there's a cry for injustice. In Borno, there's a cry for injustice. In Sokoto, there's a cry for injustice. And we must also, as a Senate, after 2 years, to do all we can to stop this ethnic profiling of our people. where we believe, where we're not able to separate criminals from where they come from. Today, in the recent killings in Imo State and in the Southeast, Nigerians will be quick to profile Igbos as killers, just like Fulanis are profiled as herdsmen and killers. We must do everything we can do as a Senate for the unity of this country to stop ethnic profiling so we can separate criminals from where they come from. With this, Mr. President, I want to say that we assuage the people of Nigeria and give them hope, and to thank all of us here that we are still united as a people despite our feelings, and we still believe in the unity of this country. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Ezinwa Onyewuchi. Distinguished Senator Nicholas Tofomo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm very delighted that you have called me. First of all, let me thank you for supporting me when I had an accident in 2019. I got here within 3 months. I had a terrible accident, and it was a disaster. I'm just lucky that I'm still alive. And you came to visit me at the hospital in Ondo State. You came with most of our colleagues. And when you saw me, I was looking into your eyes. Your body chemistry changed. And I give God the glory that I'm still alive today. And I want to thank most of my colleagues here. They supported me with money, and your money was very, very substantial. I cannot announce it here, but it went a long way. It was a very, very bad accident. And let me seize this opportunity to thank my people from Ondo South. They stood by me. They thought I wouldn't be able to come back, but I fought back, and I thank God that I'm doing well now. My concern here is very clear. Since I've been here, I've been talking about Nigerian police. Nigerian police. If you travel out of Nigeria, you go to Britain, you go to America, and you come back home, you start asking yourself that, do we really have police in this country? It's very embarrassing. Our Nigerian police setup is very terrible. We've made a lot of recommendations here. We've written to the executive, but they've not done enough. My suggestion is that we have 2 more years to spend here. Let us go further beyond writing letters to the executive. Let us set up senatorial development impact. We have 33 senators from each state. Let's go back home and do something. For instance, in Lagos State, during the crisis, I think it's the FSARS crisis, they burned 26 police stations. They burned 26 police stations. Up till now, none of these police stations has been rectified. So please, let us reform our police before we leave office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Senator Eddie Young.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I remain Senator I.D. Young, representing the blessed people of Plateau North. Mr. President, indeed, we, the 109 senators, are among the most privileged and opportune Nigerians that have been elected to undertake the critical role of lawmaking for this country. And as we mark 2 years in the 9th Assembly, it is an opportunity to remind ourselves of the constitutional mandate of the legislature, which in section 4.2 of the Constitution says that the National Assembly shall have power to make laws for the peace, order, and good government of the Federation. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, this three-point mandate of making laws for peace, order, and good government, when we look at the situation in our country, our peace has been challenged by the spate of insecurity that we have been facing, which has dominated most of our discourse and resolutions here in this Senate. And as we are speaking up to date, we are still losing many lives of our citizens.
Well, at this point in time, we'll round off our live broadcast of Senate plenary. At the moment, Senate today, well dedicated today's plenary to marking its 2 years anniversary. Now, Senate has announced that within the last 2 years, it has considered 745 bills, that is bills introduced in the Senate. And out of that 745 bills, 70 of them have been passed. Senate says it received 250 motions and 221 petitions. Well, senators, most of them made contributions in as much as they acknowledge that they've done some interventions in critical areas of the Nigerian economy. They also called for a review and re-strategized to ensure that more effects and more impacts will be felt from the Senate. And then some of them explained that there is need for more patriotism by senators. And then they also explained that the restoration of the annual budget from January to December cycle in 2020 is a very strategic move by the 9th Senate. They also mentioned the Deep Offshore Amendment Bill and the Finance Bill 2019 as some of the important economic bills that the 9th Senate has passed that has helped the Nigerian economy. Well, at this point in time, we will now hand you over to our studios so as to continue with our scheduled program for the day. I am Ignatius Nkwo, and on behalf of the outside broadcast crew, bye for now.
so excited to be back on your TV screen. Another exciting episode of Entertainment Gist on NTA. My name is Simeon Sunday. You already know my name. I don't have to go through that always on the show. Today on Entertainment Gist, we'll be talking about latest developments in the world of entertainment. So get ready for me because I am ready to blow your mind on today's episode of Entertainment Gist. So let's kick start with our first story for the day. And this one has to do with Emanuela. We all know Emanuela now. Oh yeah, come and beat me now. Oh, how does she do that? That I just. So Emanuela, remember a week ago, or a few weeks back, we announced that Emanuela won the Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Award for the favorite African social media star. Another achievement has been achieved by Emanuela. She just got featured in her debut Hollywood, or should I call it Nollywood flick. She just got featured in an international film that has been having a tour around the world, especially at cinemas and film exhibitions around the world. The movie is titled Survive or Die. It is out on YouTube and also out on Amazon Prime. So since the release of this movie, Survive or Die, on the first week, it had over 1 million views, and the producers couldn't help contain their excitement as they attribute the high stream of the film to Emanuela's presence in the movie. Congratulations to Emanuela achieving great in the social media space as well as the movie world. And away from Emanuela, let us talk about Odogu, African giant, the guy who is twice a star, Burna Boy. So Burna Boy has achieved another amazing feat, having won the Grammys, being the best, or should I call it the African star in Nigeria. And Burna Boy has achieved another amazing feat. So a music streaming platform known as Boomplay has finally compiled their data and has announced that Burna Boy is the most streamed artist on its platform. And right now, Burna Boy has garnered over 100 million streams on Boomplay. No other African artist has achieved this aside Burna Boy. He's closely followed by the likes of Olamide and Fireboy. And I remember when the African Giants, album dropped on Boomplay. On the first week, it had over, 1 million streams, and then in all total, it had about 29 million streams, and then Twice as Tall dropped again, and Boomplay said the album Twice as Tall has garnered over 64 million streams on its platforms. And when you compile all these data and figures together, you know that Burna Boy is the most streamed artist on Boomplay at the moment. 100 million streams, woo, in just a few months. That's great. Amazing story we just heard. It's time for us to go on a quick break. When we come back, more stories for you on Entertainment Gist.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. Staring blindly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by?
Welcome back. This is still Entertainment Gist showing on NTA. And of course, that was Johnny Drill, the beach session. This guy keeps doing different session. If it's not Johnny Drill live, it's Johnny Drill beach session, or it's Johnny Drill in his room having fun and doing fantastic music. This is still Entertainment Gist. Now let's move on to the next batch of stories we have for you today on the show. Now let's talk about Ghana. Okay, we've been talking about the Nigerian entertainment space. Let's go over to our sister, Ghana. So there is an actress from Ghana by the name Rosamond Brown. She's popularly known as Aquapem Polo. I remember sometime in June 2020, she posted a picture of herself unclad, in other words, naked, alongside her son, and posted it on social media. There were outcry on social media that this is wrong. She was later convicted for doing this, although she pled not guilty at first. And later this month, she pled guilty to all the charges. And the charges include misdemeanor. Another charge was domestic violence and also publication of obscene material on social media. So she was found guilty of these 3 charges and she was sentenced to 3 months in jail. So many people are crying out, especially celebrities from Ghana as well as Nigeria, are pleading that, in fact, the president of Ghana should tender justice with mercy or tamper justice with mercy. 3 months in jail for posting, naked picture on social media is too much for her. And even our actress, Tonto Dike and the likes are also begging that, she should rather, undertake community service and not jail term. 3 months is too much for the young lady. But I believe after these, other celebrities as well will learn a thing or two from this, from the judgment passed down to Akwapen Polo. And if she gets to appeal this, maybe the judge may actually be lenient enough to just allow her, do more community service than being in jail. But if not, she'll have to face the 3-month jail term. Away from Akwapen Polo, now let us talk about Sade Ladipo. Remember some time ago we announced on Entertainment Gist that the Eko Film Festival held in Lagos earlier in the month, and the likes of Kate Enshaw, Omotola Jalade, were actually nominated and awarded on the night. One actress was not happy about the whole organization of the event, and that was Ruth Kadiri. Ruth Kadiri said all her achievements in Nollywood has just been swept under the carpet. She wasn't recognized at all. She wasn't even awarded or even nominated in the first category. She cried foul by lambasting the organizers of the show, which include the Lagos State government and Mo Abodu. And right now, a media personality by the name Sade Ladipo is saying, Ruth Kadiri, please just relax. Because you didn't win an award doesn't mean you come and criticize the organizers of the event. You weren't deserving an award, or you did not deserve an award. That was why you weren't nominated in the first place. If you deserved it, definitely you would have been nominated and maybe get the award. So, according to Sade, Sade is telling Ruth Kadiri, just relax and get better. Maybe next time you can get the award. What a way to shade someone. Anyway, I hope Ruth Kadiri will take this, with a pinch of salt and not take it too seriously. Away from Ruth Kadiri's story and Sade Ladipo's drama. Now, let us talk about this one. I know people from the Igbo descent will definitely love the story I am about to share, because someone is about to document the history of the Igbo people in a short film. And his name is Nnamdi Kanaga. He is a British-Nigerian movie producer that is about to document the Igbo landing. That is what they call it, by a short film titled They Chose the Sea. This story will follow the Igbo people who rather will die in the sea than go into slavery in the U.S. You want to see this movie once, or the short film once it drops? I can't wait for this one because I love history. I'm a good student of history, and I would like to see how Nnamdi is going to tell the story. Away from this, now let's go check out the movie trailer for the week.
Responsibility is relative. I mean, come on now. Come on, give me some credit. Do I do drugs? No. Do I have unprotected sex? No. I mean, no, not all the time. What else do you want me to do?
Oh, Jerry!
What did I ever do to her? I stay out of her way.
He has had a tremendous year. Michael Price is the bodyguard of the year. Woo!
I'm thinking you need to forget bodyguarding. Been waiting for me to make this change. For the first time, I'm starting to imagine a life without bodyguarding. This really feels like a new beginning.
Don't I know you? The mafia took my husband.
Kill them.
We have to go get him.
No. I'm not getting involved in this. I'm under strict psychological orders. I promised my therapist no bodyguarding. That means no guns, no killing, and no blood.
What is he doing here? Are you using pepper spray?
I'm on sabbatical.
Yes, once you see the smiles on my face, you know I'm about to hit you with another set of stories. Welcome back. This is still Entertainment Gist. My name is Simeon Sunday. You already know that. And now let us talk about the drama that happened at the Headies a few years ago. I know once you hear this thing I'm about to say, it will jog your memory and you remember this experience. Oga Olamide, if na motor you want, come and collect it. Remember, who's made this statement in the year 1802? I'm just joking though. Anyway, at the Headies a few years back, this statement was credited to Don Jazzy when Olamide had an outburst on stage when Ricardo Banks won an award as opposed to Lil Kesh. And now Olamide must have lived and gone through this experience. Don Jazzy, we believe, has forgotten about this experience. But right now, Don Jazzy is stating that he regrets that moment when he made that statement. According to him, when Olamide made that outburst, he was invited on stage to take the award on behalf of his boy, that is Ricardo Banks. And he was making the statement so as to tell people that I don't want drama. If it's the car you want to take, come and collect it. I don't want problem. But Nigerians took this statement out of context and then they just exploded the statement and it became a thing in the Nigerian music industry. Anyway, Don Jazzy said he regrets making that statement. Anyway, he has made peace with Olamide a long time ago and they are good at the moment. Away from Don Jazzy and Olamide, come and collect it story. Now let us talk about Justin Bieber. So we know Justin Bieber now is a calm, cool, and collected guy. He never used to be like this a few years back, and we could attribute this, should I say, trait of character to heavy use of hard drugs. So recently, Justin Bieber has narrated his experience on how he had to heavily depend on drugs a few years ago so as to be a good person. He said sometimes he was so dependent on drugs that his bodyguards will have to come into his room at night to check his pulse to be sure he was still alive. But thankfully, in 2021, he is better and is doing well. He no longer depends on drugs as he used to do before now and is doing well at the moment. We are happy for him and we are proud that he has overcome his drug addiction. Away from Justin Bieber's story, now let us talk about Kanye West. Once you hear Yeezy, you know it's Kanye West. And this brand is popularized by Kanye because he owns the brand. It seems like this Yeezy brand is about to put over $1 million, that is $1 million, into Kanye West's account as the first ever Yeezy shoe made, which he wore to the Grammys in 2008, is to be auctioned for over $1 million. 1 million baht for Joy's shoe, lasso, batao. How much of my shoe could be worth if I'm about to auction it? My dear, it's just 200 naira. So the Yeezy shoe, first ever Yeezy shoe worn by Kanye West, will be auctioned for $1 million, and this will make it the most expensive sneakers in the world. Wow. Adding $1 million to Kanye's account. That is great. Congratulations to Kanye. Remember, this sneakers, the first one ever made, was made by Nike before he decided to sell the franchise to Adidas. But that Nike sneakers will be sold for $1 million. Great news. I love stories like this. Away from that, it's time for us to check out the new and trending music videos for the week.
Father making love to his daughter.
See people going to church of Satan. Which man worshiping Lucifer? If I ever lie to the world, I can never lie to myself. If I ever lose to the world, I can never lose to myself. If I ever run from the world, I can never run from myself. Even I don't see nobody, I will always see myself. Prophecy coming to pass.
Take it slow. You got to take it easy on the boy. Mama, me gon' look at me. Tineka, you savage. Ooh. African beauty is your body is a necessary. Fine lady, your body is a necessary. Fine lady, your body is a necessary.
What is that to me? Now one check out. You will be audio. Don't have a mullet that the bullet bend down. It I never want to shit to me. I'm a look at what Louis. When I'm a baby, I feel like I'm a cootie. Now you go me and see.
Make anybody no go do anyhow for my kappa. For my kappa. Me, I don't get time for anybody. No problem with anybody. But if anybody go do anyhow for my kappa, natiri bosa.
That was the new and trending music videos for the week. I hope you love it. More music videos coming your way, and coming editions of Entertainment Gist. But before that, let us talk about this one. This one has to do with Bridgerton. We all know Bridgerton to be one of the most watched TV series on Netflix at the moment. When it hit Netflix, a lot of people love the storyline. They love how romantic one character was. It was known as Duke of Hastings, played by Raja John Page. Is a Zimbabwean British actor. And now the bad news for lovers and fans of Bridgerton is the Duke of Hastings is no longer on that series. Bridgerton, he has finally said he will no longer be a part of Bridgerton series. And this is owed to the fact that his character in the season 2 of the Bridgerton is not something he's proud of. He's going to play a lesser role. Remember, in season 1 of Bridgerton, he played the main and vital role in the series. But this time in season 2, he will be playing a lesser role because the season 2, the producers said they want to, shed more light on another Bridgerton, but not the Duke of Hastings this time. So this decision by the producers did not go down well with Rage, as Rage has said he no longer want to be a part of the Bridgerton franchise. Wow, so sad. Imagine watching season 2 of Bridgerton and you don't see that cute loving face of the Duke of Hastings. That would be sad, and this might actually make, the ratings of Bridgerton nosedive. Who knows? Maybe the new character might actually be better than Rage. I wouldn't know. But whatever it is, this is a sad one for lovers of Bridgerton because they love the character of Duke of Hastings and they love how much love and passion and romance it brought into the series. Away from that, let us talk about another series that was the biggest series at the time when it was released back in the early 1990s. And that is Friends. So for those who love Friends, it ran for a couple of years back then and then went off the TV screen for a while. And now the producers of Friends have announced that there will be Friends reunion. It is actually in the works at the moment. So for those of us born during the 90s and saw that series and loved it, don't worry, your favorite characters will be back in the Friends reunion. You see all those pretty and cute faces again. Wow, isn't that interesting? Now let us check out the comedy skits for the week. It's time for us to laugh a bit. Relax and enjoy this.
Tegwolo, oya, come go pharmacy, go buy me drugs. Buy me tetracycline and septrin. Wetin I talk?
Tetracycline and septrin.
I said make you buy tetracycline and septrin.
Okay, mommy, I don't sabi am. Tetracycline and septrin.
Say it again.
Tetracycline and septrin.
Again.
Tetracycline and septrin.
Oya, hurry, come back quick.
Tetracycline, septrin. Tetra cycling. Come over there. You want do me? You want wound me? Passport. Go. Afternoon, Uncle Chemist.
How are you?
Uncle Chemist, I'm fine. I want to buy that medicine that my mommy used to like.
What do you mean by medicine? Which medicine is that?
Uncle, the name is long.
What is the name of the drug you want to buy?
Sclep cream.
Huh? What?
Uncle, that is it.
I didn't hear you.
Latrine.
There's no drug like that. You go back home and ask your mom what she asked you to buy.
I don't come home. True to God, they don't get the medicine where you say make I buy. I check for all the pharmacy, they say they don't get.
Golo, what will be the name of the drug where I say make you buy?
Chekelaprim and latrine.
You say?
Chekelaprim, Chekelaprim and latrine.
Okay, yes, hilarious comedy skits for the week. I hope you laughed out your lungs out there. Okay, it's about time for us to leave the studios. But before I leave, let us talk about this one. As a legendary basketballer, Michael B. Jordan will be inducting or presenting Kobe Bryant into the Hall of Fame. And this is great news. Remember, Kobe Bryant passed on last year, 2020, in January, and the world is still mourning him. And this time, NBA has decided to induct him into the Basketball Hall of Fame posthumously. And guess what? Michael Jordan will be the one to present him as an inductee this time. And fun fact that you don't know about Kobe Bryant, he is an Oscar-winning basketballer. I don't think any basketballer has achieved that feat. His documentary series actually won him an Oscar, previously. But this is great news to know. Thank you so much for being a part of Entertainment Gist this week. And this is where we sign out for this week. My name is Simeon Sunday. Remember to follow me on all social media platforms at I am Simeon Sunday. Okay, it's right there. Check it out and follow me. Thank you so much. Eshe Ndatenda Asante Sana Dalu Sosongo. See you next week and bye for now.
You don't try no do you don't try no grieve not intentional, not impersonal. Feel the pressure now when you come to my face. Come to my face. See as I spray the dollar now, that's intentional, international, unconventional grace. Conventional grace. It goes down when my G's connect. No disconnect. I the catch cruise forget. If you talk, you collect. It goes down when my G's connect. No disconnect. I the catch cruise forget. If you talk, you collect.
Disaster occurs on frequent basis. Some we hear of, others we do not. Terrorism, flood, fire, earthquake, car or plane crashes, building collapse, and even armed robbery, each bringing assets and revenue loss, human mortality, and in 90% of survivors, great loss of hope. Flooding is the most common of all environment hazards, and it regularly claims over 20,000 lives per year and adversely affects about 75 million people worldwide. Nigeria has had its fair share.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Emergencies, as the name implies, are not set out to happen, but they can be planned or budgeted for. Disaster management may not avert emergency threats, but it will decrease the impact of disaster where well handled. It then brings to the fore the key phases to management of disaster: mitigation, response, recovery, preparedness, and prevention. Every citizen must be well acquainted with all of them. Wishing disaster away does not avert it. Rather, as put in the local parlance, a man of valor is only identified at a time of emergency. Let us always be prepared.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This is the network service of the NTA.
time I see you, I do a double take. Every time I see you, I do a double take. Every time I see you, I do a double take. Somebody, somebody, somebody help me now. 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 I know I told you to leave me alone.
Wow, bravo, bravo, bravo. I mean, Zainab Sule, this is the point where you want to make me cry.
You want tissue?
Oh my, Zainab Sule. That was Zainab Sule, for those of you who don't know. She's the queen of soft rock, and damn, she is good. Zainab Sule, thank you for coming around.
Thank you for having me, Cecile.
Yes, you're so good. You're already going emotional.
Yes.
You're going to tell us the story behind the song, right? No, you're already, when you were singing the song, you were so into it. Your whole being was all, wow. Okay, Zainab Sule, Queen of Soft Rock, thank you very much for coming around.
Thank you for having me again.
Now, this is the Medley Show, and my name is Cecile Egbele. Now, the Medley Show, of course, is a show where anything and everything can happen. You remember last week we talked about languages and your names. I saw your messages. The messages kept coming in, even after the program, even when we replayed on Sunday. The messages kept coming in. I've attempted to answer your questions, and I would like to thank you very much for it. You can still be part of today's program. On today's episode of the Medley Show, we will be talking music. Previously we've talked rap, we've talked hip-hop, we've played in the studio. Today we'll be talking rock music, we'll be talking high life music, we'll be talking alternate music on the program today. So tell us, who is your favorite rock artist? Maybe her. It could also be your favorite high life music. Of course, high life music over the years is, I don't know, it's not between high life and rock. Which one is fading off more? Which one do people listen to?
People listen to rock more.
People listen to rock more, right? Yeah, but thanks for the likes of Flavor. They are trying to, Flavor is one of the ones actually promoting high life music, right? Yeah. All right. Also, we will still touch a little on Afrobeat music. Anyhow, music is going to be focused. So you don't tell us your favorite artist and the program today. And just before we get to start the program, I would like you also listen to an audio. There is an audio we will be playing now. I would like you to listen to this song very carefully and tell us if you can actually guess who the singer is. It's a very, very old, it's high life. It's in the genre of high life. It's a very old song. You tell us the name of the artist and possibly when it was played. If you can get to tell us, then I will try to get you on the studio on the set of the Medley Show very soon in one of our episodes of the program. If you are based in Abuja, if you're not based in Abuja, well, sorry, we'll work out something for you in the future. Well, if you're based in Abuja and you can guess the artist, the first person to guess it will actually get you in the studio one of these days. So, all right, let's get to hear the audio. You hear the audio now. All right, let's hear the audio and then I'll be back.
Womenira do. Follow. Follow. Independent do. Follow. Follow. Nigeria Ballet. Independence. Independent. Independent. Ewa bawajo. Ewa bawajo. Womenira do. Dolo. Dolo. Independent do. Dolo. Dolo.
Zainab has been struggling to actually get the person who actually the singer of that song. She also cannot get it. I just hope you can, we get to meet someone who actually gets to tell us the singer before the program comes to an end. Meanwhile, you can still get to tell us who your favorite rock artist is, alternate music artist is, and of course, jazz and Afrobeats. All right, you can reach us on our phone number. Just call, text messages, please. WhatsApp and text messages on 081 1778 2020. 081 1778 2020. The number is showing on your screen at this point. All right, we'll go on to our first feature. Our first feature on the Medley Show today, we'll be taking a look at the genesis of high life music, and Ben actually put this together, the genesis of high life music.
There are different arguments about the origin of high life. While some say it was started in Ghana by E.T. Mensah and his contemporaries, others say it was birthed in Nigeria by artists such as Bobby Benson, Victor Olaiya, or Rex Lawson. Sources have it that in the early 20th century, E.T. Mensah's singing was accompanied by just brass drums. In the mid-20th century, it had become popular within the western region of Africa, but especially within Ghana and Nigeria. Also around this time, different musical instruments were fused into the mix, giving rise to the mid-20th century high life. Within that era in Nigeria, high life music had its own twist. In the southwest, it had the traditional talking drum added with the guitar and the trumpet as its major components, depending on the musical flavor of the artist. Victor Olaiya, Fatai Rolling Dollar, and Fela all had different stories and messages they told, ranging from love to politics. In the southeast, Victor Waifo, Osita Osedebe, and Oliver Deco sang not just about love and politics, but also about human resilience and praise singing. While in the South, Bobby Benson, Roy Chicago, and Rex Lawson also followed that line. Bobby Benson, whose famous hit Taxi Driver, also had a show on NTA in the 70s.
You know they share, plenty husband is too much, plenty drivers without labor. If you must go, nobody cares.
High Life, wherever it's played and no matter who sings it, is always enjoyed by everyone who hears it.
Thanks, Semben. Zainab, come on, stop looking at me like that. So,
I don't know this intimidation on air.
How can I intimidate the queen of soft rock on air? So, despite the fact that you're a rock artist, you must have a thing, one or two artists you actually admire in high life.
High life?
Yeah, high life. Yes, yeah, you know, we have the old high life, apart from we have the new high life, so tell us.
I think being an Edo chick, I know Bolivia. My friend is his dad is Bolivian, so I think that's the only one I know. And Oliver the Cook.
Oliver the Cook.
Yes.
Sunday Osita Osadebe, right?
Those ones.
Okay,
those are the only ones I think that even if you beat me. And those ones I said. Okay, and then Flavor.
Yeah, Flavor.
Flavor is more this century.
All right. Well, for your messages, I've seen your messages, and can you tell me how you guys got to know the answer so quick? Someone, I don't know, something happened. So okay. Well, I have a couple of you who have the answers correctly, but I'll get to announce the winner later. I hope your name is here, and I will look for the first person from Abuja who actually you are. All right, let's take some messages very quickly. I always love your program. Ifeanyi Chukwu from Eket. Ifeanyi Chukwu, thank you very much. And this person got the winner. All right, this person says, are you telling me your favorite artist or you're telling me... Okay, this person from Kwara State, you didn't write your name, so sorry, I wouldn't take it. Okay. This person says the singer is Fatai Rolling Dollar. This is Akahome from Ikorodu. I'm sorry, that's not Fatai Rolling Dollar. Thank you very much. This person, I am Unique Charles, watching your program now. The singer is Mr. Sonny Ade. I'm sorry, it's not Mr. Sonny Ade. Then this other person said the voice sounds like Whiskey. Whiskey in 1960? What part of the planet? Oh, no. All right, this one said the song was by Victor Olaiya. He didn't tell us your name, but you're wrong. This person, my name is Gifts from Abuja. Please play me Jennifer by Gucci. I'm sorry, we're playing oldies. We're playing high life rock and jazz. All right, this person says the audio is played by Victor Olaiya. You didn't write your name. You are wrong. Sorry. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Sonny Frank, a.k.a. Virgin Boy. My favorite artist is Kiss Daniel, a.k.a. Vado. Well, you didn't. Well, thank you very much for that. All right, we'll move on to something else. This time, let's play another. Let's go to watch another feature. And the feature you are going to see now, we've seen the genesis of high life artists. Next, we are going to see a collabo, a mixture. You know, Zainab, you know that there is this whole remake of some old school. There are some artists who are trying to, like, you know, the Kings, Victor Olaiya and Two-Face collabo of Baby Jowo. Oh God, I love that song. Like, I can listen to it back to back. I still hope that many more younger artists will collaborate with these old ones, so they can remake their songs. So even as they go,
and the song stays alive.
And the song stays alive, and the younger generation gets to appreciate it. Well, what we're going to see now is a mixture, a blend of the old school high life artists and the new, and then, well, just some old school, new school collabo that we can see, or the remake of some old school genre of music. All right, let's get to watch it, and then I'll be right back, and you'll meet another of my guests.
With pioneer high-life singers gradually fading off the music scene, it seemed like this genre is taking a back seat, giving way to hip-hop, high-life, R&B, and dancehall. But some contemporary artists have tried to keep this class of music alive. Acting as a bridge between the older generation of high-life singers and the current is Sonny Neji, who ruled the scene in the 1990s and early 2000s. His chart-topping tracks, Mr. Fantastic, Ikebego Puti for Wahala, and Tolo Tolo were as entertaining as they were instructive. But Oruka, the wedding song, topped the list. Fast forward to 2009, and the late MC Love did a remake of legendary Osita Osadebe's Osundi Owendi, where he featured Flavor.
You know how we do. MC Love Day here. Flavor in the house. Sunday, oh Wendy, oh MC Love na Flavor. Sunday, oh Wendy, oh Sunday, oh Wendy, oh.
Taking the high-life music to a whole new level, Flavor had a solo remix of yet again Osundi Owendi. This became an instant hit, not just in Nigeria, but around the country and beyond. Back to back, he released his high-life tunes with blend of hip-hop and other genres. In Eastern Nigeria, where the style of music seemed to be thriving, are several others, including the duo of Umu Obelebo. There are a few collaborations of the old school and new, remaking some evergreen hits. Standing prominent among these is the pair of Victor Olaya and Two-Face Dibia. The recreation of Baby Joe gives a new life and meaning to this masterpiece.
I see the sun in your eyes, I see the stars in your eyes, I see the colors of the rainbow in your eyes. So baby, if not play, you play. Baby, make you stop, I'm sharply. I say make you stop, I'm before you come make mess in my day. Enjoy, by me so pussy, go my love, my baby, bella,
We look forward to more collaborations from the legends and the contemporary. Meanwhile, let's enjoy this remix of Baba Frayo's Dem Go De Pose by an unlikely pair of Tenny and Johnny Drill in a Budweiser Remix Challenge.
Your eyes, I miss you when I don't know why. I get mesmerized when I see you and I don't know why.
Your voice, the sound pulls me in, I don't know how. I want you here, wanna show you love and
oh, this boy, you think say you fine, I get another boy with fine past you.
This girl, you think say you fine, I get another girl with fine past you.
Oh, this boy, you think say you fine, I get another boy with fine past you.
Oh, this girl, you think say you fine, I get another girl with fine past you.
You gotta take and then you gotta pose. You gotta walk and go to the pose. You gotta take and then you
I saw an angel last night. He said that I'll be alright. I saw an angel last night. He said that I'll be alright. He looked me in my own eyes. He said that I should not cry. Oh, like a nigga, he promised me. Oh, he said that I would soon fly. He said the stars would not be too high. Maybe I'll pitch a tent in Zion. I'll walk on waters and I'll still the storm. I'll win my battles and I'll pass the sun. I'll face Goliath and I will not run. I'll watch him fall down like Jericho. Hey, I saw an angel last night. He said that I'll be alright. Hey, I saw an angel last night. Hey, he said that I'll be alright. Angeli, 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 mimo. Angeli, 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 mimo. Angeli, 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 mimo. Angeli, 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 mimo.
Safe. All right. Thank you. You know, I told you just before we went to take that last feature that we'll be having another guest to join in, Zainab, to perform in the studio. And of course, you've met him. He is Seth. And he's what we call a creative artist. He does a little bit of everything. Yeah, but you do spoken words?
Well, yeah, I do spoken words. I do poetry. I like to call it poetry.
Yes, I like to call it poetry.
Yeah, I do visual arts. I write. I don't know, like I'm just
an ultimate artist.
Yeah, I feel like as an artist, you should be able to express yourself in different forms. Even my music is a bit difficult to box it. Because I'm able to express the music as it comes to me, as the spirit gives it to me. As the spirit gives you,
you know. Usually when we can't define your kind of music, it's not falling into the popular ones we know. We just call it alternate. Should I call it an alternate sound, or
well,
that's not what you call it?
I don't think I would call it alternate, but yeah, like it's the generalization. A lot of people will call it alternate music, but for me, because I explore high life, I explore jazz, I explore reggae, I explore Afrobeats, I explore all of these things, and it's a fusion. It's like a hotspot of jollof rice.
Who's this guy that does this dance? He has a dancing troupe.
Kudus?
Kudus!
Yeah, Kudus. Yeah.
You just remind me of Kudus. Yeah. I think what you do is within his style.
Well,
kind of.
Yeah, he's very expressive.
He's very expressive.
He explores a lot of things.
Yes. Yeah, the first time I saw his performance, it was so unusual. I don't know if you've seen any of Kudus. Kudus and the Kekuts. Yeah. I think now they're on tour.
Yeah,
they're on tour of some countries. They're in Paris. All right, so let's come back. Let's come back to music. So, Sam, thank you very much for joining us in the studio. All right, so we've been talking alternate music. Zainab has entertained us. Zainab, I was trying to read a message. There's someone that says she really loves your... I don't know if it's a she. Person didn't write the name. Says he loves your voice.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So we will get to talk a little more, but just before we get to do that, Mercy Ricketts put something together. She calls this one alternate sound because, yeah, you know, earlier I talked about the fact that sometimes when we can't place the music as rock music, you can't place it high life, hip hop, or other. We just dump it on the alternate music. Anyhow, there are some artists who say they are alternate music singers, and Mercy Ricketts has put a couple of them together.
Friday night, so I hit out your lost in. What's good? What you miss? What's poppin'? Not so good, my G, I've been stalling. You know that wonder what I've been seeing. It's just not working, I can't deny it. Tired of fighting, tired of hurting.
Away from the regular sounds of the more popular genres of music, like Afropop, Afrobeat, and Fuji, the Nigerian alternative sound has slowly crept into our hearts. Alternative music is a vast music genre that can be similar to pop music or completely different.
Some are of the opinion that any genre outside popular or familiar sounds are to be considered alternative too. Well, whatever your opinion, these artists definitely bring something different to the table. Here are some of our faves in the Nigerian alternative music scene.
Who's gonna save me now? I show my lover and I run away. Over and over in the USA. Who's gonna save me now?
Asha is a Nigerian French singer and songwriter with a smoky voice. She combines elements of soul, pop, folk, and reggae. Amongst other genres, music flows effortlessly through her.
I'm talking to you, jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Letting you ease without saying be the first to cast a stone, Mr. Jailer.
Olawale Ashimi, popularly known as Brimo, and known for his hit single, Ara. Brimo cultivated his unique style from a blend of R&B, rock, Afrobeat, and more. He dropped out of college to pursue music full-time. His vibrant personality can be felt in his music as his songs explore matters of the heart and societal issues.
Love me, never leave me, please. You know that I got you. Anything where you want, I go buy too. Oh yeah, Chevy, I own that.
Another sensational alternative singer is Emmanuel Bez Idakula, popularly known as Bez, a multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, and composer. He infuses hip-hop, rock, soul, jazz, and R&B in his music. He was the first African artist to premiere a video on the Black Entertainment Channel.
Has no colors but the sunlight. You will understand.
Rikasani is said to have a dress style that is influenced by his self-acclaimed stance as a gentleman. Well, we also love his cool and soothing voice that calms the nerves. His music has a fusion of soul, reggae, and pop.
Cause you make my life complete. It's only you where I want to. Don't you know it's only you? Never seen a girl that can do the things you do. It's only you, only you, only you. Say you never leave me. Not only you I want, where I need.
We cannot talk about this genre of music without mentioning Johnny Drill.
I don't know when I'm coming back. I'll be gone for a little while, but I will keep myself for me and you. I'll be back for you.
The singer, songwriter, sound engineer, and record producer is one of this generation's torchbearers in alternative rock and folk music. He has worked with popular artists like Simi, Niniola, Waje, Rikasani, and Kobams Asuko.
Would you be my Juliet and I'll be your Romeo? My love, oh. And when the stars come out tonight, I'll be thinking about you, my love,
All right, just so you know, I'm a fan of Johnny Drill. Yeah. Oh God, I like
Me
Johnny
too.
Drill. You too.
Me too.
You, Seth.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite artist other than you?
Nice.
I love the Cavemen.
You know, the Caveman. You know, that's the thing. He's always going to do something that is off everything. All right, love the Cavemen. Which of their songs?
Obiageli.
If I say you should play it now, you tell me you don't play people's songs.
Not like that, but I haven't practiced the song.
Yeah,
But yeah, I connect with the song deeply.
Okay, nice. So, now, ladies and gentlemen, earlier I announced that there is an audio that will play, And if you can guess the name of the artist and when it was performed, you get to be with us in the studio sometime in the future, and you have to be based in Abuja. For those outside Abuja, don't worry, we'll work out something for you later. And so many people actually got it. Now, I will announce the name of the first person from Abuja. No, okay, this person is the first person, but Helen, Hemen Paul didn't tell me if he or she is from Abuja, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't. I was going to announce you as a winner, and just so you know, is Fela Ransom Kuti. You know, like I and Zainab were talking when the cameras were not rolling, that maybe then he actually hadn't settled to the present, to the tune that we got to know. Yes, he hadn't had a defining tune. All right, just as a recap, let's get to. I want us to actually hear it again. It's the song is titled "The Independence," and is actually sung by Fela. All right, so you didn't. Cocowen Henman Paul, you didn't write tell us where you're writing from, so I'm sorry. All right, then I'll move on to the next person. We have Esther from Airport Road here in Abuja, and she said the song is sung by Fela Ransom Kuti and his Lolo Lobito's band. All right, and she even told us the label and when it was released. Thank you very much, Esther. You are actually our winner. I'll get to contact you after the program, and then you get to be with us on set as the program continues. Let me take a few more. This person said, Jim Rex Lawson is my favorite. As for the great woman with you in the studio, she is phenomenal. I want her to use that skill to serve God. This is Evangelist Allwell Wally from Port Harcourt. All right, she appreciates you. Zainab said he actually likes you.
Thank you.
All right, she says thank you very much. Emmanuel from Enugu, you said the song is Ransom Kuti and Independence Day. Thank you very much. I see you all. Who is this person? That soundtrack was sung by Fela Ransom Kuti and his Kolo Lobitos, titled The Independence. We are writing from Lagos. Favor Anthony, winner. What's that? Okay, we have so many of you writing here. This person is writing Monday from Benin. By your day, that is the name of the singer. Seriously, who is By Your Day? All right, I guess we'll move on to something else, and this time we're going to hear Zainab play for us. Zainab, you've performed so many places outside Nigeria. Yes, I was following you where you traveled to different countries. Kenya, yeah. So anyhow, I want you to play something for us. I wouldn't say your favorite because you have many children. One wouldn't be your favorite. Which one is this one?
I'll play the one that I will not forget. Like Seth said, we don't practice. So I'm going to play. I will play I'll Make You Dance because it's a song that we need right now.
Yes.
Wake up in the morning, you say you can't sleep, and nothing can make you smile. You put on the TV with a love story, yet you feel so down. But I'm here to tell you, babe. But I'm here to tell you, babe. But I'm here to tell you, babe, that I'll make you dance. I swear me I don't tire, so they pray. Cause it be like say, the more I pray, it be like say, now the more I wait. I cannot take this anymore. But I'm here to tell you, baby. But I'm here to tell you, baby. But I'm here to tell you, baby, that I'll make you dance. here to the pray. Cause it be like say the more I pray, it be like say not the more I wait. I cannot take this anymore. It be like say the more I pray, it be like say not the more I wait. It be like say the more I pray, it be like say not the more I wait. I'm here, baby. I'm here to make you dance. I'll make you
dance. Okay, I can't sing this. I can't sing this in my life.
I'll make you dance.
Yeah. Then bravo, bravo, bravo. I'm serious. It's good. In fact, I just reading a message. Someone is asking me, hi, present. Okay, where is it? Oh, I've lost it. That's Zainab Sude. She's the queen of soft rock. Wow, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. I don't know. I will just stick with my business of talking. Oh gosh, I really don't know how you guys do this thing. But yeah, Seth, is that spoken words I really want to learn?
Okay.
Yes, I hope you. No.
You talk to DK.
Yes, I'll talk to DK. Yes, because your style is going to be. You're going to take me off.
Talk to DK.
Okay, let's see this messages. Good afternoon, presenter. I'm impressed with your show this afternoon. Keep up the good work, at least something to reflect on. Thank you for your show. Keep it up. From Osim. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Good afternoon. I'm watching your program. My favorite singer is 20th Century Simi Adekunle. Yeah, I like Simi too. Good day. My name is Daniel from Oshodi, Lagos. I so much love your show. You're looking beautiful. Please play me Special Woman by Davido for my lovely wife, Grace Daniel. Okay. Hello, presenter and guests in the house. Good job. Please do well to play One High Live music by Bongos. Okay, who is this person? My name is Daniel. Please, what is the name of the guy in the studio? I love his song. His name is Seth. I've told you already. What's your Instagram handle?
CEF_01. Seth.
CEF_01.
Yeah.
Zainab.
Mine is Zainab Sule. Just Zainab. Remember Zainab, remember Sule. All handles. Instagram. Not Twitter. Instagram and Facebook.
All right. Okay. Just before I get to take more of your messages, and we're going to hear Seth. Okay, I'll have a very quick chat with them when I get back. Yeah, just about them. When we get back, I'll have that. But quickly, there is this clip I found, and it's a clip of an artist. I brought him on here before in the studio. His name is King Fudge. King Fudge actually played a video, played the performance. King Fudge is what sort of, his jazz, his rock. He plays
jazz rock. He's an amazing instrumentalist.
Yes, so he actually played some instrumental of one of Victor Waifo's songs. It's just a little clip, and I thought, okay, let's share that with you since we're talking music. Oops, I'm sorry. I guess I'll bring King Fudge in the studio sometime to play something for us. All right, I still get your messages. And Mary from Abuja says, the lady on red looks good. What's her name? Her name is Zainab Sule. I've said it like 17 times today now. Well done. I like a necklace. Okay, thank you very much. Who else is here? My name is Paul from Asokoro. Good afternoon. My name is Paul. Please play me Ada by Flavor, High Life. Okay. I do really love your program. Thank you very much. My name is Anne. So much. And okay, I will still take more of your messages later. My name is Abdon Noni, an upcoming artist. I'm really enjoying your program. Energy to you all. Thank you very much. All right, we still have more of your messages. I'll take them as we get to continue. All right, Seth, quickly tell us a little about you, your sound, how we can reach you, how we can get to... Okay, you've told us already on Instagram. Tell us about you, what you've been doing of late.
Yeah, so for me, the music has been growing. I'm working with a band, so we're working on new music, and I'm recording, experimenting, trying out new sounds. Hopefully there'll be more music out. I've been more of a performing artist than a recording artist.
Okay,
so a lot of people who have experienced my sound has been maybe at festivals, at concerts, but I'm getting into the recording world because for me it's a totally different experience. So yeah, I'm working on recording new music. I have an album out, but it's very underground.
Who influenced you? Did anybody influence you?
Yeah, I have a lot of influences, but my two most influential people are Fela and Bob Marley. And it's not just because I listen to Miles Davis, I listen to Coltrane, I listen to Asha, I listen to everybody, but for me, the two people at the pinnacle of my influence are Fela and Bob Marley, and I choose those people because of the essence and the spirit of the music, not just the way the music sounds, but it's just because of the spirit behind the music, why they made music, what the music stood and... What
message you pass in your music?
What
do you communicate?
For me, my music is a constant reflection of my experiences, the experiences of myself, the people around me, because I believe that as artists we have... Not everybody, some people are here to entertain, but I believe that the artist has the responsibility of keeping times. The artist is a historian. The artist is meant to share and record in tunes and melodies the experiences of the people. The artist also sort of has, because I believe like artists have like some kind of third eyes, so they're able to see and share.
Okay.
Before we start going too deep.
It's okay, and I will try I'm trying really hard not to ask you about your hair and your look, but it's okay. I will ask you that. Zainab, well, you've been on set so many times. Very quickly, tell us, what have you been up to?
Up to, just like Seth said, I'm trying to record as well. It's you have to go away from performing and make sure that you get people to experience you outside seeing you. So I've been trying to get my EP out, and then we're planning a show for July 18 at somewhere. I don't know if I can say it, but at July 18. So we're trying to have that out. I might just kidnap Steph. I might do it. Yeah. Basically, that's what we're working on. So for now, everything I'm working on now in Abuja is about the show on the 18th.
All right, so you want to tell us about your influence and try not to tell us about your hair, because I know what your hair used to look like. So tell us about your influence.
Oh, I like my hair, you believe you. My influence, I'm crazy about pink. I used to be crazy about Avril Lavigne. I get compared to Trace Chapman a lot. In fact, one of your guys here did, but I don't even have a single song of hers. But yeah, but my influence is basically Pink, Carrie Underwood. So I have a lot of contemporary country as my influence.
Okay, all right, that's Zainab Sule. And very quickly, before I take more messages and we get to hear one more from them, let's go on the streets where Kapsi actually asks some people their favorite music, and they are tempted to sing, actually. All right, so let's get to see it.
One of the artists mostly I love most in that Afrobeat line of genre is Victor Wifo. Victor Wifo happens to, used to be funny those days when we were growing up. So I love like his Guitar Boy, I love that song, Guitar Boy, Guitar Boy, you, Guitar Boy. If you see Mami Water, you never run away.
My number one is Burna Boy. And who else? For me, he's just there. He's just occupying the number one, number two, number three for everybody. He's just representing for everybody. And then the song I like so much is the one he sang, Angelina, Cool, my temperature, and something like that, you know. So, but the songs really cools me down. It's really nice.
Oh, me all down. Anytime when I see you for the club or the television, your body.
I love Baba Kuti. We call him Baba Gosse. Yeah. So I love this track, Suffering and Smiling. Say, suffering and smiling, then go reach road, water no day suffering and smiling, then go look pocket, money no day suffering and smiling, every day now the same thing. Suffer, suffer for what? Amen. Muslim go there, Abala Kubaro, Christian go there.
Suffer, suffer for world, enjoy for heaven. Christians go they yab, in spirit from heaviness. Muslims go they call Allahu Akbar. Suffer, suffer for world, enjoy for heaven. Christians go they yab.
Fela is first and second. Okay, so Burna Boy is third. And Techno is not a conventional Afrobeat musician, but one of his tracks, he went Afrobeat, completely Afrobeat. And he didn't just entertain, he also talked to the authorities. I am talking about where he did, I can't remember the title of the track, but he said things like, generator won't tear my head, generator won't tear.
We shouldn't forget about Victor Waifo. Okay, one of his songs that sounded this way. If you see mommy water, never you run away.
I told you, singing is not easy, and just God. Well, anyhow, that was on the streets. People attempting to sing some songs. I don't know, guys. We're almost going to run out of get out of the studio now. But let me take a few messages, and we'll hear a tune from you. Zainab, you are good. You are good with that voice by Sezobo. All right, that's a Sezobo. Someone else is writing. Another person, good presenter. Spot on Zainab with gap teeth, good music. Okay, yeah, that's the one I told you I wasn't going to. Okay, all right, so that's, wow, that lady is so, okay, wow, that lady is so good. I wish her more grace. My name is Felix Keys from Edo State. All right, my name is, okay, my name is Gloria. I've taken your message already. So who else is here? Please stop calling. Please, this please is so long. The lady in red, I would like to hear her name again. My name is Mena. I'm in Nep City. I love techno. All right, her name is Zainab Sule. Zainab Sule, the blondie in red. All right. Okay, who is this one? Good afternoon. You all look good. My regards to the guests on the studio guests to say hi. All right, I would like to take one more from you. Seth, is your turn. Let's hear something from you.
You say you love me so, and you would never ever let me go. But baby, don't you know that you're killing me slow? You say you wanna love me in spectacular, But right now you're killing me in particular. And you don't have to buy me gold, diamond or silver. We don't have to shop right, there's no need to go to the cinema. Go watch the rising sun, we could jump above. Me and you together, we could live as one. Put your love in my piggy bank. Put your love in my piggy bank. Hey, put your love in my piggy bank. Cause baby girl, that is all that I'm asking for.
Okay, consider me falling already. Bam! Like, bam! Zainab, we are going to share him. Alright, Zainab, that song was bam. I also want to find out too. Let's have one more boom from you.
I'm not going to do so. Rain go fall, sun go shine, nothing go ever tear us apart. Stay with me, I stay with you, and just like poker, baby, you can place your bets on me.
Okay, place a bet on you. I'm still falling for self. All right, good afternoon. My name is Chris from River State. I really like your show. My regards to Seth. Okay, Seth, regards from
Thank you.
Chris. Hello, my name is Precious from Abuja. I love your program. Thank you very much. My name is Jessica. Jessica from Makodi. I really love your program. My regards to the two artists. Okay, keep it up. Okay, and who is this? Good day, everyone in the studio. I really like your program, and the two guys in the studio are amazing. I love them. Please play me Lucky Dube. We cannot play Lucky Dube now because the program is about to come to an end. Seth is super duper cool. The guy can play, man. He now did like this. Okay. And this person is Abdul Noni from Jos. All right, he has heard you. Okay, I appeal to spice up the music. I don't get your message. Please send your message again. Okay, who is this? I love your show. Thank you very much. You didn't tell me your name. Your name is Emmanuel from Osun State. Good afternoon, Cecil and the guests in the studio. Burna Boy and... Oh, this is a very long message. Anyhow, good afternoon, Burna Boy, and you have a very long message. You said, Burna Boy and Fowls Asimi are my best artists. You are writing from Kano and your name is Adekunle. All right, I love your program, more grace. You are Uche from Anambra State. And please, can I get the contact of the guests in the studio? Okay, once again on Instagram, you can find Zainab Sule at Zainab Sule. You can find Seth at Seth_01.
Yeah.
And you can find me as Cecil Egbele. And this is the point where I say thank you very much for being part of this program. Let's do this again next week. Next week is going to be very interesting and very different. Trust me, you'll like it. Do stay with us. My name is Cecil. Once again, on behalf of the entire crew, is stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, so who is going to do something for us?
Seth.
Seth.
No, I did two nights.
Okay, then someone should give it to me. Let me do those two.
to Abuja, the place that unites Nigeria.